So this is the bit that most people are going to find tricky, but all it is really is the opposite of this top bit, but in reverse. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your 50mm, you're going to take it to this corner here, and you always start with your 50mm. Now we can't do a lot because the window's in the way, so I'm going to have to unfold this piece here and just put it there. Okay, so the key here is to get it nice and straight. If I get it straight, I'm okay. If I don't, that's when the problems start. So move it out, joint. Right. So 2 bottom corners, just like your envelope cut, just like cutting around the window and the door frame, up to the centre like that. And then making sure you won't move the paper. If you move the paper, if you don't get this right and this right, that's where you're going to have the problems. So I'm going to go down, oops, I'm going to go down to the point, like that. Don't worry if you overcut it. It's just like a tear, it goes back. And there. Right. So I'm just going to tuck it in now. But what I'm also going to do, because this is a bit of a gather, what you need to do now is stretch it out. Stretch it out there. Check your joint. Move it about a bit until you get it nice and straight. Okay. Tuck it all in. All the time I'm thinking about that joint, thinking about that joint. I'm thinking about tucking it in. Thinking about stretching it out. There's loads of things when it comes to papering. You're going to be thinking so many things at once. So let me smooth it out, see if I'm happy with it. This is a part some people forget as well, smoothing it out. So concentrating on the cutting, the positioning. Some people forget to just do the simple thing of smoothing it out. So, like there. Not there. Right, every one of these areas I'm going to cut against. They're not going to be papered. They're all tucked in so your pencil don't go through them. Like that. Moving into that internal there. Right, I can cut all them pieces off now. I will tell you the most difficult bit is going to be this one. So for this part, and because we're using lining paper, and you can only do this on lining paper, you can tear it like that. Okay. It's not brilliant, but it's an awkward window. And as I say, if you tear lining paper, it just goes back. It's got a top and a bottom, a tear, and they'll always match up. So I'll show you what I mean. I'll take that piece off. Go back up. Now as long as I've done that on top, as long as I've done that bit on the top, it'll just dry lovely and smooth. So don't worry about tears, please. The only reason you'll have to take a piece of paper off is if you've put it on and it really, you've just, it's gone past the point of no return. You've creased it, you've cut it short, all them type of things. Or if you've actually cut it short before you've hung it. If it's short before you hang it, I'm afraid it's all going to come off. So like I said earlier, always check the length of your first piece. If you're going to cut 4 or more pieces, or even 2 or 3 pieces, make sure that you don't cut it short. Sponge. Put my water there because it's quite pasty now on this window frame. I'll get all that paste off. Some papers, you can't get that much water on them because it might damage them. But lining paper is absolutely fine. Papers we use in level 1 are kind of not your finished papers, so you can make your mistakes on these papers so that you don't make your mistakes on level 2. Right, and that just gets one last smooth out. It won't dry tight to the wall if you don't smooth it out. And there you go, that's how you cut round a window horizontally. Okay, thank you.